Still recovering from a damaged shoulder. And in front of Williams, a formation hinging on the use of Kevin Bond as sweeper. In attack, Chris Jones again deputises for David Cross. Aston Villa recall Allan Evans, who's involved in a contract wrangle which has badly affected his form. But Ken McNaught, who was also unsettled, signed a new one-year contract this morning. Des Bremner moves back into midfield, though he's not 100% fit with a foot infection. And Tony Morley joins up with the England squad tonight for next week's international in Denmark, still admitting that he's been far from satisfied with his performances this season. Aston Villa in a change strip of all whites, kick-off, defending the goal to the left in the first half. They come here having scored 11 goals in their last 3 games. And today's referee is Ffrangcon Roberts from Prestatyn. It's an afternoon of Indian summer, the temperature at pitch level around the 80-degree mark. Manchester City starting the match third in the First Division, having won 4 of their 5 games so far. Chris Jones. Played early by Ranson. Reeves lets it run, and they appeal for handball against Allan Evans, and the referee waves away a Manchester City protest. McDonald tries the shot. Allan Evans was caught by a dummy by Kevin Reeves, and the ball came on the defender a little more quickly than he would have expected. No foul given. Evans from the head of Withe. Withe climbing well. Here's Graham Baker. Cowans, Withe trying to find a yard of space behind Kevin Bond. It's on his stronger left foot, as you could see. Cowans aware of the run off the ball from Withe, who spun quickly into the shot, straight at Williams. Here's McDonald. Chris Jones for Baker. That was nicely done. Splendid work by Rimmer to thwart what would have been an exciting goal. Chris Jones setting up Graham Baker, and superb reflexes from the 34-year-old. Baker across to take the corner. Manchester City look to put bodies in at the near post, where Kevin Bond is and Harida. Mortimer, perhaps a break on here for Villa. City now have time to regroup, and they've caught Peter Withe offside. Bond past Morley. Good challenge for Villa by Ken McNaught, and a mistake by Caton, and Gary Shaw might be away here, and Caton recovered. Gary Shaw still looking for his first goal of the season, perhaps sensed an opening then when Caton slipped. And it's Power who in fact has made that kind of run. Evans slipping, and he's in trouble, and in the end has to bring down Paul Power. Perhaps a little bit of rustiness from Allan Evans then. He was in command, it seemed. And he allowed Paul Power to get a foot in, take possession away, and then Evans had to bring the Manchester City captain down. Hartford faced by a 2-man wall. Harida off the line. Orga Harida still looking for his first goal for Manchester City. Hartford's free kick, Harida up well, and I think it was Mark Jones who got it off the line. City's only defeat this season came at Notts County. They've won both their home games 1-0 against Stoke and Watford. They probably feel they've had the better chances to get the first goal here. Withe, Bremner, Cowans. And here's Gary Williams. Withe. Gary Williams finding a return pass. Something that he had to scrap for, but he fought for it well, but so too did Hartford. It was a scramble which has left Kevin Reeves down injured. He was caught by Gary Williams as the Villa fullback won the ball back. Anxious moment for the Manchester City manager John Bond, but Kevin Reeves is back on his feet. Baker, in fact, I think playing the ball twice from the drop ball, and giving away a free kick to Villa. McNaught to take it. Mark Jones. And now can Withe make something with the header here, and in goes Shaw! It's a goal that means a lot to Gary Shaw. And it's come in really classic Aston Villa style of recent seasons. Alex Williams, who's had a quiet first half, but Peter Withe checking out, playing such an important part with the unselfish header, and Shaw bundling it over the line. It's his first goal in the First Division since last March. The goal coming after 36 minutes. And it's the first goal also that Aston Villa have scored away from Villa Park this season. And the first that Manchester City have conceded at Maine Road. Hartford to take the free kick. And that's Reeves, who would have envied Gary Shaw his moment. Kevin Reeves, who's gone 18 First Division games without scoring. McDonald. Reeves again, making himself available. Ranson, and now Power. Chris Jones. Corner conceded by Evans, who felt that the last touch was not his. Reeves, and now Harida. McNaught missed his kick. Kevin Bond, Villa would have had no chance. Just sped wide. Reeves coming off the near post, and then Harida battling for it with McNaught, who then missed his kick. It was a snapshot from Bond, but dragged wide. Half-time whistle. The only goal in the first 45 minutes coming for Aston Villa from Gary Shaw, his first of the season. Manchester City then trailing at home, having won their 2 previous home games this season, but they may well look back on an incident in the first minute of the game when Kevin Reeves threw a dummy that appeared to unsettle the defender Allan Evans. The ball struck the arm of Evans, but no penalty was given. Allan Evans still to settle his future with Aston Villa, and I'm sure very grateful that a penalty wasn't given against him in the first minute of his comeback match here. So Manchester City now needing 2 goals at least if they're going to get a victory here, and they've not accomplished that in a home game since last February. And here's Tommy Caton. Villa can look back on a first half in which they coped satisfactorily with the Manchester City style of using a sweeper. I'm sure Kevin Reeves will be hoping for better service in the second half. Shaw. Here's Morley, past Ranson. Ryder forcing him across the width of the pitch. Bremner. And it's Morley that just lacked the finish. Peter Withe again a focal point. But Aston Villa built it up neatly, and when Withe touched it off, Morley couldn't keep the shot down. And Hartford very late again on Gary Williams. Manchester City have left Gary Shaw totally here. Withe couldn't make it, and it was McDonald who just managed to scramble it behind. McDonald is hurt. Gary Shaw was allowed to dart free and eventually play in the cross. And then only McDonald was alert. It was an awkward collision. Withe jumped well. Under pressure. Baker. Here's Power. Bond. And the reaction in the crowd is for Dennis Stewart appearing on the touchline. Roy Bailey now comes on for Bobby McDonald. And John Bond has decided that the time has come to use Dennis Stewart. John Benson, the assistant manager, down on the touchline with him, and it is Bobby McDonald who comes off. Dennis Stewart, who scored the winning goal in this fixture last season. And what a reception he gets. Damage an Achilles tendon. Really was a major injury. Hartford. Jones coming short. Now Stewart. The crowd urging him to shoot. And Chris Jones, a fraction away. In his 11 years with Spurs, Chris Jones built up a reputation as an industrious forward. Perhaps didn't quite get as many goals as he might have done. Stewart's tackle draws applause. And Stewart's pass for Baker. Rimmer blocks it. Can Baker get the rebound? He could, but Rimmer was there again. But Dennis Stewart makes an immediate impact. It was arguably the best pass that City have managed in the second half. It put Baker in the clear. Rimmer got his body behind the shot once, then twice, and it did deflect behind for a goal kick off Graham Baker. Williams. It's 3 against 3 at the moment. Williams trailed by Harida, and now Bremner, who gets past Caton cleverly. And Williams, an important save from a goalkeeper who hasn't had a great deal to do in this second half. He certainly wasn't caught cold then. Des Bremner here, prepared to take on Tommy Caton and accept the responsibility of shooting himself. Williams dropped quickly and pushed it round the post. Mortimer with the corner. They look for Withe, and Williams committed himself, and when he got up he found that there were bodies all around him, but the ball was free. It was Peter Withe who provided the discomfort for the goalkeeper with that touch there. Williams had to dive for it. Baker. Touch from Reeves. Baker again. It's an interesting looking pass for Ranson. And Reeves, it rather hit him. A deliberate shot. And Ray Ranson whipping it in first time. And it came quickly to Kevin Reeves on the stretch. And McNaught was the important defender for Villa. And to Villa's credit, there hasn't been an occasion really when they just sat back on the lead. They'd look to add to it, as Shaw does here. And Williams again shows his quality. In a head-to-head confrontation with Gary Shaw, the goalkeeper spread himself, and Shaw couldn't bypass the big frame of Alex Williams. And Manchester City haven't really come up with any answers. Chris Jones. Have Manchester City got anything left? Bond. Should be the goalkeeper's ball, but he went back on his line as Reeves came across his line of vision. It stayed in, its power, and it's into the side netting. Maybe Manchester City were wasteful again. Shaw. 1-2 between Shaw and Withe again. And Shaw has Bremner in space and Mortimer, and Williams foils the solo effort. Gary Shaw could have had a hat-trick here. Well, it hasn't been a good day for Manchester City, but they can look back on Alex Williams' contribution. One wonders whether Williams was perhaps a little slow in the conceding of the game's only goal, with Shaw coming in to score from close range. But in the second half, he's made a couple of really splendid saves. And when the whistle goes, it is for the end of the game. A fourth successive victory for Aston Villa, provided by the goal from Gary Shaw in the 36th minute. And Aston Villa certainly, with their system firmly rid of that disastrous start to the season. Manchester City must take a hard look, really, at where their goals are going to